I humiliated a professional expert in their field at 7 years old. I was obsessed with cars at the time and used to spend all day fixing larger toy models with my own mini mechanic set. So when my mom said she was going for an oil change, I went with her because I really wanted to watch. But then the mechanic said it would cost $3,000. My mom asked why, and he told her on top of the oil change, her engine fluid was dirty, her brake pads were worn down, and her air filter was clogged. My mom's face dropped because that was everything she had, but she didn't know much about cars and just opened her wallet. That's when I stepped forward and asked the mechanic to open the hood so I could check the engine. He laughed, but when he saw I was serious, he nervously popped it open. I pulled out the engine fluid stick myself and saw it was clean and golden, not dirty and brown like he said. His smile dropped and he folded his arms, but I was already crouching by the front wheel and pointing at the brake pads. These are still thick, they're not worn down. Why did you say they were? I could see him turning red, and then I popped open the air filter box he'd said was clogged. I pulled out the filter, shook out the dust, and slid the filter back in. I turned to the mechanic and said, "That wasn't clogged. Even if it was, it took me 60 seconds. You should know how to do this." By now the other mechanics in the shop were watching, and the owner had walked out from the back office. My mom looked at me with pride, and I turned to the mechanic and asked him why he lied to my mom and tried to charge her $3,000 when she just came in for an oil change. He went pale. He either had to admit he knew less about cars than a 7-year-old, or admit he tried to scam a struggling single mother. He muttered, "I just looked wrong," and walked away, but the owner stopped him and requested his uniform. My mom got in the car, but then the owner tapped me on the shoulder and asked if I wanted to do the oil change myself. "I'll supervise, but you clearly know enough." That afternoon, I changed my mom's oil, and she didn't pay a cent.